Hi, department chairs and CIRs. I'm excited to share with you today our common rubric that I've created a draft for. Michelle and I have both collaborated on this, and we put together some things that I think will be good for you to think about with your departments and that we want to see students doing in explanatory writing. So let's go ahead and take a look at it. This is called the RC Informative Analytic Rubric. So this is just for informational or explanatory writing. This rubric will not deal with argumentative text or narrative. Those are going to be two additional ones that we'll have to create and come together in agreement on. Per your recommendations from October 6th, I looked through all that data. Thank you so much for responding. We had about 96 of our English teachers give input on that. So I came up with these things. So the topics that we're looking at, or the headings here, are topic and organization, worth 4 points. Under the distinguished column, there's the factors that we're looking for. Proficient for 3 points. Here are some of the things we're looking for: developing, 2 points; beginner, 1 point. So I would like for you to, when you look at this rubric, my hope is that you can edit it, send suggestions, revisions. What do you think should be changed in order to make it better and adoptable for Richmond County? So these headings we took from milestones, but if you prefer something different, let me know and give a good reason why. And these different categories that we would like to analyze the students' writing, if they are acceptable to you, give a thumbs up. If not, give suggestions of what you'd like to call it. So we have topic and organization. That's like your purpose, organization. Then we have evidence and development. And then lastly, language and actions. And evidence and development is the meatiest portion because the students are able to score 5 points in this portion. So for distinguished, when the student's writing portrays these different criteria, then the teacher will determine is it 4 or 5 points. So I kind of left that a little flexible for teacher discrimination or determination. Proficient, same thing, 3 to 4 points available there. And then developing, if these are the factors that they portray in their writing, then it's going to score 2 points. For beginner, 1 and no score. For plagiarization, or they literally just copied and pasted it. I put that no score 0 column in there because a lot of people on the survey asked for that. So hopefully that's good. And then at the bottom, language and conventions, you can kind of look through those pieces. And then down here, if you'll look over the total score, how many points are available in each category, noticing that evidence and development are worth the most amount of points, and grade conversion. So I put how many points would equal around that grade. So those are some things for you to think about. This rubric, this analytic rubric, would be for scoring benchmark common assessments in groups across in your either department or across the district, so that it's real consistent when we score together and we can train ourselves on these. But this is like the full meal deal rubric. Now, I created a couple other little guys that would be more user-friendly in the classroom. So for example, the single point checklist rubric, this goes along with it. As soon as we approve the big analytic one that we can, get all that good data from, this is what teachers would use maybe on the day-to-day or with students. And these criteria are just from the proficient category. So we're not going to overwhelm teachers and students with lots of different word and verbiage on the huge rubric, on all the day-to-day assignments that we work through, but rather this little checklist for them. But it still, as you can see, has the same headings. The topic and organization is one section we're going to analyze. Evidence and development and conventions. And then we have an area for them to give feedback on areas that might need work or where did they exceed the standard. So we're still allowing kids to glow there too. So that's another feature that I'm going to send to you. Again, these are all in draft phase, so don't just make a bunch of copies and send them out. I need your thumbs up, your school, your approval first before we roll it out to teachers and things like that. So we want it to really be, we want to be in agreement on this. And then this one is just one that it's repeated like a checklist, 4 on a page. And this would be something teachers could use to copy and then cut apart and give kids just this one little checklist for them to either staple to their paper or stuff inside their backpack as a rubric checklist so that they can go through and check their work and do that self-evaluation that we're trying to build into students to be reflective and evaluate their own writing and work. So I hope that gives you lots of good things to think about. This is the main one that we need to come into an agreement on, so take some time to look through it, go through it with a fine-tooth comb and see if you can agree to it, or I'd love your suggestions on to how to improve it, because like I said, Michelle and I came up with it, and it's our best effort, but we definitely know that lots of great minds coming together can produce a wonderful product. So go ahead and take a look at it, and then I'd like to get your feedback on this by December 15th. So you'll see all 3 of these pieces, but this rubric is the one that we need to agree on. So go ahead and give suggestions, because the other pieces are built from this column right here from it. So thank you so much, and talk with you soon.